Hi friends! This week we're going to start our focus on story elements, and we're going to narrow down those story elements for this week just to focus on characters. Now you're probably thinking that you already learned about characters, and that is awesome because we're going to build and grow your schema so you can just add more things to your growing schema. So our question for today is, what is a character? So what is a character? When I think of a character, I can put a character into 3 categories. So I have a thinking map to help me put my characters into those categories. Do you remember what thinking map we use when we're talking about categorizing things? If you said a tree map, you're correct. It helps us put things into categories. And there's 3 categories of characters: people, animals, and creatures. So when I think about a character, they have to fit into those 3 different categories. I remember these by using a chant with gestures. So I am going to ask for your help, and I want you to copy me. And you copy me by using your gestures and mirrors. So you're going to be my mirror. So whatever I do and say, you're going to do it first. I'm going to turn my mirrors on when I want you to copy me, and I'm going to turn my mirrors off when we're done. Are you ready? Mirrors on. Characters are people, animals, and creatures. Mirrors off. Very good. Don't forget to do those gestures, and I need to hear you say it. It will really help your brain remember these important things. Let's try doing it a little bit quicker this time. I'm going to group it together. Ready? Mirrors on. Characters are people, animals, and creatures. Great job. Do the whole thing with me. Ready? Characters are people, animals, and creatures. Mirrors off. Great job. Those are the 3 categories that our characters are going to fall into. This week, we're going to read a bunch of different books that have characters that might be people, animals, or creatures. And now when you're reading at home, you'll be able to put your characters into those categories. Now I have another question for you about characters. I want to know what clues help us determine the characters in a story that we have read or even that we've read that's being read to us. So there has to be clues that help us. So if you tell me who the character is, I want you to be able to answer, how do you know? And a lot of times we know with some, 2 clues or 2 specific clues. One is the text, which means the words on the page. So sometimes it might even say who the character is. It might say the character is Pete the cat. Another one is by looking at the pictures. We know that the character is a person, animal, or creature. So if we're looking in there and we see a truck with eyes, we're going to assume that truck with eyes is a creature character. In our thinking map, we have made our frame of reference be those clues. So when you tell me that you know the character is Junie B. Jones, and I say, how do you know? You can say, I read it in the text when the text said Junie B. Jones went to school. And you can say, I also know because her picture is on the front cover. So those are some excellent ways to say how you know that it is an important character or a character in a story. What we're going to do today is we're going to set up our reading notebook or our literacy notebook. So what I want you to do is to get your literacy notebook and a pencil. If you need to pause the video now to get those 2 things, literacy notebook and pencil, you may. All right, my loves. Here I have a picture of my literacy notebook. I'm going to make it really big for you in a little bit. What I want you to do is turn your notebook so the holes, if you have holes, or the spine of the book is at the top. And you have the whole rest of the notebook under it. I'm going to enlarge this because I'm going to actually ask that you copy this. So you're going to make your own tree map. Today, you're only putting labels. Do not put anything under the categories. We're going to finish that this week. So you just have to copy me. So you can see at the top of my tree map, I have characters, and then I did my 3 different categories. If you look closely, you can see that I left a lot of white space underneath it because we're going to fill it up this week. If you need to, you can pause the video and copy my notebook so yours looks the same. Alrighty, if you reach this point, your notebook is all set up. You can close your notebook and save that for tomorrow. We're going to use it a lot this week. You can put your pencil to the side because we are going to play a quick game called Character or Not. And you're just going to use your thumbs up or your thumbs down. So, there's our notebook. Character or not. So you thumbs up if it's a character. If it's not a character, I want you to show me a thumbs down. Are you ready? Awesome. That looks like a Pete the cat. Is that a character or not so much? It's a character. Great job. Next up, I have a monster. Can a monster be a character or not so much? Show me. Yes, a monster is a character that's a creature. Awesome. Next up, I have a beautiful island. Is that a character or not? It's not a character. That's not a person, animal, or creature. Next up, I have soda. Soda. Is that a character or not? No, not so much. It's not a character. Oh, I have Spider-Man. Is Spider-Man a character or not? Yes, it's a character. It's a person. All right, with some awesome superpowers. All right, the next guy's from one of my favorite books. It's The Bad Seed. You might have heard this book last year. It's one of my favorites, The Bad Seed. Is he a character or not? He is. He's a creature character because you don't really see seeds walking around with eyeballs and hands. So he is a creature character. My next picture is of the school or a school. Character or not? No, that's a place, not a character. What about Mr. Mouse here? Is he a character or not? Yes, it's an animal. The animal can be a character. What about the wide open road? Is that a character or not? It's not. That's a place. Here's my next one, a watch. Is this watch a character or not? Not. It's just an item. All right, here's my next one. You might know this troll named Poppy. Is Poppy a character or not? She is. She's a creature, and she can be in movies or books. So she is a character. My next one is this beautiful flower. Is that a character or not? Right. Not a character. Here is Jabari. He's on a diving board. Is Jabari a character or not? He is a character. It's a person. Ooh, the next one is it's Disney. I love me some Disney. Is Disney a character or not? It has a lot of characters in it, but Disney is not a character. It is a place. You all did amazing with these characters and not. Now that we did this, you'll be ready for our week. We're going to read some different books and look at the characters in each of these books. And don't worry about your literacy notebook. We're going to fill it in. And by the end of the week, you will have a beautiful page all filled in for your first page of your first grade literacy notebook. Have fun!